Hey guys, Randy Wilson here, Mavro builder of MMM Global, the former MMM Global, and we're just going to give it another minute or two here to allow people to get on the live broadcast. I wanted to get this information out as soon as possible, or at least have this conversation as soon as possible. I think at this point we all have the same information, but I wanted to just see if I could decipher a little bit here because I think this is a challenging time for a lot of people. And, let me just say, that first of all, wow, there's a lot of people joining on. Okay. Hi, everybody. Randy Wilson, Mavro builder. 100 guider of the former MMM Global. How do you like that, right? The former MMM Global. So my purpose for being here today is to help people decipher the shocking news that came out today about the end of MMM Global. Now, you guys have heard me talk about many times. I got started with MMM Global back in July of 2015. And there's been lots of knowledge that I've gained about MMM as a whole since I got started. And one of the things that I learned about MMM Global is that, first of all, MMM Global is not the only MMM. Okay, in other words, there's MMM Global and there's MMM countries. Okay, so let me just clarify that first, that MMM Global is being taken away. It's gone, but there is still MMM. Okay, let me just make that clear now. Okay. And again, let me just say greetings to all of you guys. This is Randy Wilson, Mavro builder of the former MMM Global. Soon, I'm going to be the 100 guider of MMM USA. Okay, so that's good news. So I'll give it another couple of minutes before I get started. Sorry, not a couple of minutes, but maybe another few seconds here, since we're just getting kind of started. Again, the reason why I'm doing this broadcast live is because I wanted to approach you guys early on. The news today was shocking, and I know a lot of emotions are circling around there. A lot of people are upset, frustrated, feel betrayed, right? That's a real emotion out there right now. And there's also people that are, capitalists. They're capitalizing on this time to go out there and see if they can scoop up all the disgruntled and hurt members of MMM Global. Obviously, guys, and let me just say I have respect for all different types of opportunities out there, as long as they're not hurting anybody. But you're going to see a lot of different opportunities coming your way, I can imagine, over the next weeks to come. Like I said, I don't, I'm not mad at anybody for doing what they got to do. In this world, money is king, and money pays the bills, money pays for groceries, and money keeps the roof over your head. So if someone has to do what they got to do to make some money, ethically, I totally agree with it 100%. Okay, so let me just say that. But you will, in the next little while, start to see tons of opportunities out there. So, guys, let me just say that I think if you go on YouTube or Google Hangouts, you should be able to put some questions in the group chat here. You can also, if you're on Skype, you might be able to Skype me You know, or maybe use Facebook if you need to. I'm just going to turn this on here. Skype Messenger. Okay. All right. So I'm here on Skype Messenger, Facebook Messenger right now. So if you need to message me something, go right ahead. All right, guys. It's 3 minutes after 1 p.m. California time. This is Randy Wilson, Mavro builder, 100 guider of the former MMM Global. And I think I'm going to start by just letting you know that this news today has affected me as well. As you guys know, I'm a true believer in Sergey Mavrati and the ideology and the MMM global cause and all that kind of stuff. And this news that came out today has definitely challenged a lot of our belief system at this point, right? And I've only been in for less than a year. Some of you guys have been around for a lot longer than me. And so I know that many of us are entrenched in the belief system of MMM Global, the ideology, which with or without MMM Global, the ideology still stands true. We are still threatened every minute of our lives by the powers that be that want to control us and enslave us. And that part has not changed at all, one bit. So whether we got MMM Global or XYZ Global, it doesn't even matter to me. The ideology that we need to stand together as a global community, whether it's country by country or all together in one big pot, that doesn't matter to me. The fact is we got a big threat that's challenging our lives right now. It's threatening our lives, our livelihood. Our children's children are likely to be enslaved unless we do something about it. You guys with me on this? So I just want to kind of make that clear first. Let's see some messages coming through here. So just want you guys to know that my purpose today is to simply read what the verbiage says and just share with you guys exactly what I see it means. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look at the news today. Let me share my screen. All right, and then we're going to go to okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can get this thing down. All right, just hold on here. Let's see if I can share my screen. Entire screen. No, that doesn't work. Hang in there with me, folks. If you have some other people in your teams and stuff like that that you need to kind of plug in, please give them the link to get into this thing, please. All right, we got it. So hopefully you guys can see this. All right, so let's read what it says. And the reason why I want to read this because we have to break down exactly what it says. All right, because right now already on Facebook, I've seen people saying MMM is over, our money is gone, this and that. And then obviously we have some soldiers out there too who are still sticking true to the MMM ideology and the cause. So let's just read what it says, because what I don't want to see happen is, one, I don't want to see MMM as a whole, damaged. Yeah, the news that came out today is shocking. Do we all have probably an opinion how better this information could have came to us? the timing of when it came to us. Sergey Mavrati, I love you, man, but I can't say that I agree with the way this information came to us. Okay, I'm sure a lot of us probably feel the same way. But I have faith based on what I see in the verbiage here that everything's going to be different, but we haven't lost anything, folks. No one's lost anything. Have things changed? Absolutely. Okay. But that's what makes us human, isn't it? We can adapt to change. So let's read what it says, and let's just kind of go through it here. It says, this is as of today, April 8th, 2016. Dear participants, we regret to inform you that we have to close down the Republic of Bitcoin. It was an experiment, and unfortunately it failed. We turned out not to be able to pay 100% per month. We can easily pay 30% per month, and we have proved it in practice in many countries, but 100% is too much even for us. So first of all, let's recognize a couple of things. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there are actually two types of MMM, okay? There's MMM Global, which is an international version of MMM. That's where MMM Global incorporated the use of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. You could enroll or register or refer participants all over the world. You did daily tasks, and with those daily tasks, with or without those daily tasks, you would earn from 20 to 100% on the growth of your Mavro, and that was MMM Global. Highly, we did a lot of tasks every day and all these kind of things. And that's how we triggered the 100% growth. I'm sure I'm not telling you guys something you don't know. But what some people don't know, especially like here in the US, a lot of people don't know that that's not the typical or standard MMM structure. This typical or standard MMM only pays out 30%. Now, I'm saying only, but in reality, 30% is still astronomical compared to most typical investment vehicles. Okay, so typical MMM is 30% growth on your Mavro every single month, no daily tasks. Okay, that's MMM. That's where you see like MMM Philippines, MMM China, MMM South Africa. I think soon we're going to see MMM USA. Okay, so MMM is usually structured around individual regions or geographical, regions, continental, whatever, countries. And that's why you have MMM certain countries. So what they're saying in this first section is that MMM Global, the structure that went from 20 to 100% growth, that obviously was not sustainable. Now, I don't know if that's because they didn't get enough, it wasn't balanced, that maybe that's what they're saying. I don't know if they kept running into technical issues due to the amounts that they were dealing with. I don't know if that means that there was, people kept trying to hack into the system, or maybe they gave them troubles, or whatever the case is. That was the case. It appeared that there was a problem with MMM Global doing 100% payouts for the community there. So they're closing down the Republic of Bitcoin. That's the MMM Global. Okay, Republic of Bitcoin means the MMM Global structure. It was an experiment, and unfortunately it failed. Okay. We turned out not to be able to pay 100% per month, but we can easily pay 30% per month. Well, 30% per month has been proven to work all around the world, and they've been doing it that way for a long time. And, the 30% is more doable. Now, for me personally, I would have been happy if Sergey would have just came out and said, hey, listen, MMM Global, love you guys, but we can't do 100%. We can do 30%. Everybody cool? Then I think everybody would say, cool. Okay. So Unfortunately, we are not going to see MMM Global Republic of Bitcoin anymore, and there's more here. That's why the RB, or Republic of Bitcoin, will be closed down. Okay, so soon we will not see RB anymore, Republic of Bitcoin. All the participants, RB Mavro, will be transferred to the, I'm thinking it should say will be. It says are as if it is present tense. Okay, all RB Mavro will be, all the participants RB Mavro are transferred to MMM structure of the countries which the participants come from. So, for example, myself, Randy Wilson, I'm in the U.S. My team grows all around the world. Okay, I got people in whether Africa, China, Ireland, different places around the world. But it appears that everyone is going to now, depart from their original guider or referrer, unless that guide or referrer is in that same country. But it doesn't appear that we're going to have multinational teams anymore. So if you're in my team, for example, and you're in China, you will no longer be part of my team in China, of my team. I believe what they're saying is you're going to somehow be detached from me and structured in your MMM China, and there's no international connection anymore. The countries which the participants come from. If there is no MMM structure working in this country, it will be created within 2 weeks from the date of this announcement. So some of you guys are in countries that don't quite have an MMM presence. Some of you guys are pioneers. Some of you guys are, maybe there's just a handful of you and not really recognized as a country in MMM Global. But that's not saying that you won't. It appears that they're making some kind of effort to establish an MMM community in all countries, and therefore all countries will be recognized in the system eventually. This is probably not going to happen overnight. So again, all participants RB Mavro are transferred to the MMM structure of the countries which the participants come from, which again is the 30%. That's what all the countries are now, all the separate countries outside of MMM Global Republic of Bitcoin. So the countries which the participants come from. If there is no MMM structure working in this country, it will be created within 2 weeks from this date of this announcement. So, I have one member of my team, God bless her. She is very upset that, she appears to be upset that MMM Global will not recognize the country that they're in, that she and her team are in. And it appears from this verbiage here that they're gonna recognize all countries sometime within 2 weeks. And I'm gonna suggest that if you're in a country and you don't know if there's representation yet of your country, then definitely start sending information to support and letting them know what you're doing, and that you want representation and all that. Okay, I think that's going to be your best bet. Okay, all RB Mavro. This is the fun part. Okay, this is the fun part. The part that we really have to think and really try to decipher exactly what they're talking about. And how does this affect the Mavro that you got established already? Guys, I got some Mavro, okay? I've been in this thing for a little while. I started with just a little humble amount, but it's been some months, as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, and it's grown to quite a bit. And I personally, I want the Mavro that I got in here, So what's going to happen to that Mavro? And I'm just telling you this because I'm sure you're feeling the same way. So let's read this and let's decipher what it says. It says, all RB Mavro will be demonstrated as old Mavro in your PO or personal office. So when you log into your account, your back office, you should be able to see probably in blue, frozen, old Mavro, and then the amount of Mavro that you have now. Okay, whatever Mavro you have in your system now, it's probably going to be blue, and it's going to be titled or tagged with Old Mavro. So that piece is going to just be sitting there. Any operations with them are impossible. So, it's probably going to be blue frozen. You're not going to be able to get help on it. Not anytime real soon, it looks like. And so it's just going to be frozen there. Gradually, as your country will be developing, they will be paid back. Let me repeat that. Gradually, as your country will be developing, they will be paid back. Let me say it again. Gradually, as your country will be developing, they will be paid back. Now, there's a lot in there, isn't it? There's a lot in there. Gradually, as your country will be developing. Okay, well, I think what they're assuming is that whatever country you're in, either A, you probably already have an established community that will pretty simply kind of pick up the pieces and kind of keep going and just start going. Some of you guys are in, let's say, for example, if you're on my team, but you're from China. Well, China already has a pretty well-established community anyways. So if you detach from me and MMM Global, Republic of Bitcoin, and then you kind of get assimilated into the Chinese community, well, that community is pretty well established already. So you're probably going to see your money come back a lot sooner, right? You're going to see, the ability to gain access to your Mavro a lot sooner. Some of us here in the U.S., however, we're new here. We're just babies in MMM Global over here. I don't think I've met anybody that's been in MMM Global for maybe more than a year, maybe just under a year or a little over a year here in the U.S. And whether you're in the U.S. or in other small countries, as far as representation of MMM Global, at this point, it says gradually as your country will be developing. See, that puts responsibility back on us again, doesn't it? It's basically saying don't lose your head. It's saying you gotta develop your country. You gotta develop your country. They're not going to develop our countries for us. We got to develop the country. Okay, so for my cronies, my friends in the U.S., for example, we got to get together and we gotta continue building. I don't know about you, but I don't want to just walk away from my Mavro. Okay, so I'm willing to keep on building my country and letting it grow. Most people that come along, hey, they don't know what it meant to get 100% per month. If we tell most people 30% per month, that's still freaking beautiful. 30% a month is freaking beautiful. 100% a month, I mean, that was a dream anyways, right? So 30% a month is still something that we can go to people with and tell them how great the community is and how great MMM Global is. 30% a month is still awesome. So just understand that your country will be gradually, as your country will be developing, they will pay us back. Now, what's the terms of the payback, right? Let's look at that. So it says 10% of the total input of the system will be spent on repaying old Mavro. So what they're saying is that they're going to allot for 10% of the input to maybe, warehouse, not physically, but metaphorically, warehouse 10% of the Mavro that comes in, of the get help, the provide helps, and they're going to start, giving it sort of a earmark for paying back our gradually our Mavro. Okay, now this is where maybe here in the U.S., we're kind of cool here because we don't have that much going on here yet. Now compared to some of you guys that have been in MMM Global for millennia, and you guys were hanging out with Sergey back in the days, we're new to this thing. So 10% of the Mavro being allotted for our old Mavro, I don't think it's that much because we don't have that much that we've grown that much, right, compared to some of the other countries. But either way it goes, 10% of the total input of the system will be spent on repaying old Mavro. So what that tells me, guys, is that we're going to see Mavro come back to us. It's just not going to be right away. Now, what that also means is, you know, reading between the lines. Okay, reading between the lines. If you have old Mavro, that Mavro is going to be frozen. Okay, so if you are to continue to participate in MMM USA, for example, or MMM wherever you are, you're probably going to have to put some new pH in to start the ball rolling. Okay, I think we all have to, you know, understand that that's what's going on. Whatever you got in there now is going to be frozen, old Mavro. And then new Mavro needs to come in and gain the 30% and, you know, pH, GH, all that kind of stuff with new Mavro. So that with new input, new deposits. So if you're going to want to continue participating with MMM Global, then you're going to need to have new deposits, which is going to be how your country is going to develop. Okay, and you know, obviously there's no, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's no more MMM Extra button in the back office. So what does that mean? That means that we don't do any more MMM Extra. Not for the sake of growing our Mavro anyways. I mean, I still plan on, you know, posting information out there because I want my country to develop, because I want my Mavro back. Okay. And I, you know, and obviously, like I said in the beginning, we still have a threat here. We still have the powers that be who are controlling the monetary system and controlling all these things in our lives. So we still got to be crusaders out there and fight the good fight. So I still plan on promoting MMM Global. So with that being the case, we just have to understand how this is all going to work. No one has lost anything. Okay, just make sure you understand that. No one has lost anything. We have not lost our money. They didn't turn it to zero or something like that, restart or whatever. I've heard that you know, in the past, it's happened in the past. But at this point, Mavro will be in the back office, frozen, until our country builds back up. And then they are even allotting 10% of all incoming or inputs on repaying old Mavro to those of us that are going to have that. This practice has already been tested in many countries and proved that it works. It usually takes a half a year to pay back old Mavro. Okay, so they're doing something that they've done before. They have some statistics. They tell us that it takes about half a year, 6 months. Okay, I'm personally, I'm okay with that. I am okay with it taking 6 months to pay back my Mavro. I'm okay with that. Just give me something. If it's going to get paid back, just tell me how long, and, you know, when can I expect it? You know, about 6 months. Great. Okay. I was talking to one of my team members today, and once we kind of went over this, it was like he could breathe again. You know, as long as we're not losing anything, then we're okay. And it's got to be paid back about over 6 months or what? Sounds good to me. Okay. So, and then to wrap it up, it says, this news is not very pleasant, which I'm going to assume that 99% of us will agree with that part. Okay. It's not very pleasant, but there's nothing that can be done about it. It's not the end of the world. We just have to wait a bit. Okay. So like he said, it's not the end of the world. I still like to lean on the fact that, you know, guys, for the kind of change that we want to see in our own personal lives and the kind of changes that we want to see in the world, there's no way you can expect all of these great things to happen and not to be some bumps in the road. Okay, so, you know, sometimes the bumps in the road are going to be little potholes, you know, and sometimes the bumps in the road are going to be some big cavern that we're going to need some kind of ramp to jump over and get to the other side. Okay, so I just wanted to go over this because I know that there are people out there that are really freaking out. Okay, really freaking out because they just think, oh, it's over. I've lost it all. And I don't get that from this message here. What I get from this message here is it's not going to be like we expected in like the glory days, but it is all still entitled to us, and we're all going to get it back. Do we got some work to do? Yep. We got to build our countries. We got to keep on going. Are they probably still going to have guider schools and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. Is MMM Global still going to exist? Oh, absolutely. How many people does this new change affect? Probably not as much as you would think, because most people in MMM Global are already on the 30% system. Okay, most people in MMM, from my surmise, are already on the 30% system. Just the newer people, maybe in the last couple of years, maybe I think it was 2011 that MMM Global came out, or was it 2014? I'm not sure, but all I know is MMM Global is new compared to the established system of MMM, and I just want to. I really want to still, I know it seems tough to do this, guys, but I give credit to MMM and Sergey Mavrati. Look, they tried. They tried to give us 100%. And many people, got a lot of rewards from that 100%. So let's see. I got some questions here. I'll read those questions here in just a second, but just want to let you guys know that that I think this is not the end of MMM. This is just a change in MMM. I think this change ultimately will make MMM a lot more stable and a lot more a better structure, a lot more stable. And over time, I think we'll all grow to love MMM for what it is and what it means and what it does for people. So at that point, guys, I just want to answer any questions. We're about a half an hour in, and I just want to go over some of these questions that I think are coming my way. I got some Facebook here. It says, so I will get 10% of my old Mavro as long as I am providing help. Here, let me. I want to change this screen here. Okay. So it says, okay. Jeez. Okay, it says, so I will get 10% of my old Mavro as long as I am providing help. But does it matter how much money I will put, or they will give me 10% of the money that I will put? Okay, so again, it didn't say that we're going to get 10% of our Mavro. When I first read it, I thought that's what it was too. I thought it was saying you'll get 10% maybe on a monthly basis too, but that's not what it says. It basically says that 10% of inputs of Mavro, of 10% of deposits basically are going to be set aside to pay back old Mavro. Okay, it does not say we're going to give you 10% of your old Mavro. Okay, it does not say that. It does not say we're going to give you 10% of your old Mavro, every month or something like that. What's going to happen to the help we get already? Is this just going to be frozen, or what's going to happen to it? Well, I'm sorry, guys. Babe, you're calling me. Sorry, guys. 1 second. My wife was calling. Sorry about that. So anyhow, yeah, so it's not saying that you're going to get 10%. Now, also understand that your Mavro that is getting help already, like if you got to get help stuck in there in the queue right now, note that that amount of Mavro is still accounted for in your back office. It just says, queued for, whatever. It's gonna. So I'm assuming that the get help is just gonna, the queue is gonna disappear, but the amount that you have in your back office is gonna just, become what's going to be called old Mavro. Okay. So let's see. All right. So I got some questions coming in here, and I just want to give everybody a chance to ask if they have some. Okay, so one question says, if we never withdrew, is our pH still good, or do we have to re-pH and then grow to 30%? I'm going to say yes on that. If you haven't pH'd in a while, and let's say you're just, you just have, your past pH is just kind of growing in there in the Mavro, and you're just kind of looking at it there. And then you're like, okay, well, how's the new system going to happen? What's going to happen with the new system? Well, what's going to happen is whatever you have in your current Mavro, that is going to freeze. Okay, it's going to just be frozen. It's going to be called old Mavro. And to participate and grow new Mavro, grow new amount, grow more accrued interest, all of that is going to have to come from new deposits. So let's say, for example, if you put in $100 and now you have $1,000. Okay, you have $1,000 and you're looking at it there and it's growing, and you're expecting it to grow to $2,000. Well, at this point, it's just going to freeze at $1,000, and that's it. It's not going to grow anymore. It's just going to sit there and just be right there. And then if you want to experience more growth and more participation in MMM Global, you're going to need to take another $100, for example, and do a provide help with that $100. And then that $100 will probably end up as a new Mavro line, okay? And then that new Mavro line will start. You'll see an accrued interest line of 30% per month. However they throw that. That's 1% a day. So that'll show up in a separate line. So basically, you're probably going to have 3 line items. This is just, and I don't know this officially. I'm just telling you this is what I imagine. You're going to have one line that's going to say old Mavro. I'm sorry, old Mavro. Then you're going to have one line that's going to say, your deposit. And then you're going to have one line that says accrued interest at 30%. And that's what it's going to look like. All right, so here's a question. If I have 400 that I first put in and have accrued 136,000 in Mavro, do I just get the 136 down the road, or the 400 plus the 136? What I see here is that they are going to take whatever Mavro you've accumulated, the total amount of Mavro that you have in your back office, and they're going to freeze it. Okay. So whatever that number is, whatever it is, whether it's $1,000, $5,000, or $100,000, doesn't matter if you put in $10 or $10,000. Whatever your Mavro is now, that's going to freeze and just be one amount. Okay, and this is just me. This is just what I imagine. So that one amount will be all your Mavro that you've accomplished, or that's grown. And then and that's not going to grow anymore. That's just going to be frozen there. And then if you want more growth in Mavro and whatnot, you would have to provide help again with new money, if you will, new money, if you will, and then you will see that money grow separately as a new deposit, and then you will see an accrued interest on there of 30%. All right. So if you never withdrew, is our pH still good, or do we have to pH and then grow to 30%? Okay, that's the one I answered. Let me see if I got some other questions here. Okay. Let's see. Here's one. Okay. Is there a way to get the money out, or is it gone? Okay. So, guys, again, the money is not gone. Okay. Now, you're not going to be able to get help on the what's going to be called old Mavro. That we will not be able to get help on at this point. Now, what they're saying is as our individual countries develop, they're going to pay us back. They're allotting 10% of all inputs or deposits to come in, and they're going to earmark 10% of that, and then that will be what they'll use to pay us back. Okay. And as far as when they're going to pay us back, or the time frame to pay us back, they said about 6 months or half a year before we'll see our money back. Okay. So just understand that that's something we gotta accept. All right. So, all right. So at this point, guys, it doesn't look like I got any more questions. Let's see here. Yes, one guy is telling me that, hey, he understands no 100%, but 30% ain't bad. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of kudos here for this video and some of my other videos. Let's see. Any other messages, guys? Okay, I'm just checking here. All right. I got some people telling me they're on their phones at the gym. All right. So again, you can, if you're on Skype with me, or the best thing to do probably here is go on to Facebook on my page and send me a message. Thanks, Mark. So, guys, again, I just wanted to get on here and interpret the news today from MMM Global. Again, it's not the best news in the world, but at the same time, let's just say that it's better that they changed it and took the system down to 30% versus it crashing and then all of a sudden everything is gone. At this point, again, it is not gone. It's just it's going to be frozen for a little while, and then we'll, obviously they're going to get it back to us sometime in the next half a year. That's what they said. We're going to see some changes in our structures. I think we can expect that if you have an international team, you will no longer have an international team. You're going to just have a team that represents your own local geography or your own country, and that's going to be the way that goes. So with that, guys, I'll keep updating. If I get more news, if there's more information, I will make another video. Today, if I need to, tomorrow, if possible. But let's just go ahead and say that today's news is definitely a huge change for us in MMM Global, and that MMM USA, MMM Spain, USA, St. Lucia, MMM St. Lucia, MMM different countries is going to be the new face of MMM. So with that, guys, please feel free to ask questions on this broadcast. If I don't answer them, maybe there are some more experienced people that can answer them. And just kind of stay tuned, because I'm sure there'll be more information coming out soon. All right, guys, this is Randy Wilson, Mavro Builder 100 Guider of the former MMM Global, and soon possibly MMM USA. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Okay, take care, God bless, and take care. Bye.